This Pro-Liberty podcast is brought to you by the Health Ranger Store. Visit healthrangerstore.com/MAGA. That's MAGA, like Make America Great Again. Thank you for your support. I said 4 years ago that I thought Bernie Sanders could beat Trump in an election. Of course, the Democrats, because they are all fraudsters and cheaters and liars, they stole the nomination from Bernie Sanders back in 2016. Now, don't take any of this as thinking, by the way, that I, for some reason, would endorse Bernie Sanders. I'm not a communist, okay? So I'm definitely voting for Trump, not Bernie Sanders. But Bernie Sanders, I believe, could have won in 2016. I guess, in a way, we're lucky that Democrats are cheaters and liars in that instance, because they stole all the delegates from Bernie Sanders in order to give them to Hillary Clinton. So this year, though, in 2020, I don't think Bernie Sanders can beat Trump, not even by a long shot. In fact, Bernie Sanders looks likely to get the nomination for the DNC unless they kill him or something, which I wouldn't put that past the Clintons to do. Maybe they'll find some other way to take him out, but if they really let this thing play out honestly, Bernie Sanders gets the nomination. And then it's Bernie Sanders against Donald Trump. And Trump wins that, hands down. In fact, it's a blowout. It's a victory. I mean, Trump will even win New Jersey in that case. Probably still not California, of course, but Trump, it'll be a sweeping victory. It'll be just a landslide. Because Bernie Sanders, let's face it, he is a communist. He's the kind of person who, if he were in charge of regimes, would raise taxes to 90%. He would take everything from everybody. He would steal your business, your house. He would nationalize corporations, just have the government control everything. And then he would just have his political enemies lined up and shot. That's what communists do. And Bernie Sanders is no different. He's not a good person. He has a very wicked philosophy, a philosophy of communism and extreme left-wing socialism that ends up in massive human pain and suffering, economic destruction. Just look around the world and the history of the world. Any person stupid enough to vote for Bernie Sanders doesn't know anything about reality. And he would get some votes, no doubt. He might get a third of the votes in the country, just because some people hate Trump so much on the left that they would vote for anybody who isn't Trump. There's a lot of those people. So yeah, Bernie Sanders might actually get a third of the vote. Doesn't mean that a third of Americans actually support his policies. His policies should be abhorrent to every progressive, to every liberal. Every Democrat is supposed to believe in civil rights. You know, communism is the opposite of civil rights, just in case you're keeping track. Talking about secret gulags and organ harvesting, assassinations of political dissidents, total centralization of control in Washington, D.C. I mean, the same Democrats who are warning us that Trump is a would-be dictator, gosh, just wait until a communist gets a hold of the Oval Office. You want to see a dictator? That would be a showcase right there. That would be something horrific for the nation if Bernie Sanders were to run the White House. So this is why I believe, and this is my prediction, that the Democrats will find a way to eliminate Bernie Sanders so that he doesn't become the nominee. They're going to rig everything against Bernie. And his supporters have every right to be really quite frustrated, maybe even angry about this. Although his supporters are radical left-wing lunatics who want to burn down the cities and assassinate everybody. And that's been caught on tape thanks to James O'Keefe at Project Veritas. So we know Bernie Sanders supporters are truly insane, violent, lunatic, communist revolution types. But they do have a legitimate reason to be angry right now. We'll see what they do with that anger, whether they try to actually launch a revolution and burn down cities. They won't get very far because we have a Second Amendment, of course. Bernie Sanders supporters seem to have forgotten that the only communist revolutions that succeeded in the past took place in the context of a disarmed population. But people aren't disarmed in America, at least not outside the communist compounds of Los Angeles and San Francisco and, liberal cities like Seattle and so on. Outside of those areas, people are just going to defend themselves. I mean, yeah, you might be able to get away with a little commie revolution in Seattle or Portland for a little while until you step outside Portland. And then the country folks in Oregon, they just take your heads off with, I don't know, 7.62 rounds, or just for starters. It's a no-brainer. I guess in that case, literally a no-brainer, since they're going to get their brains blown out. So the commies aren't going to succeed in America. No matter what, they won't succeed. And if Bernie Sanders is the nominee, it could lead to the destruction of the DNC and the Democrat Party itself, because at that point, the Democrat Party becomes so abhorrent to even just everyday working Americans that I could see a lot of new people leaving the Democrats, walking away, and joining Trump. Not even joining the Republicans, because for the most part, Republicans are a bunch of corrupt fraudsters too. You know, the rhinos I'm talking about. Very few people with integrity in any party. And I believe in people like Rand Paul, and I trust people like Jim Jordan and Devin Nunes. Those are real people. I don't really consider them to be part of the Republican establishment. Same thing with Trump. He's not a Republican establishment person. He hates the establishment. He's an anti-establishment guy. That's why they tried to get rid of him for 4 years, using every tool of the rhino deep state that they could invoke, like Robert Mueller, James Comey, and others. So I see Trump actually potentially forming a whole new political movement, maybe a new party, a new news network, the Trump News Network, something that goes beyond. I mean, after he's out of the White House, the Trump era for America is not over. Maybe other Trump family members step in and run for office. Maybe Ivanka, although she's kind of a progressive liberal. Or maybe Trump plays the role of kingmaker for other candidates. And maybe he bankrolls candidates who will follow and carry out the Trump agenda for America, which is to drain the swamp, prosecute the criminals, protect the border, protect the economy, these kinds of things. Of course, I wish Trump would go after the tech giants and shut down the GMOs and go after the vaccine industry and things like that. But even if he wanted to, there's no way he will do so until his second term, because he wouldn't be able to get elected. For example, if he went after the vaccine industry right now, he'd be accused of being an anti-vaxxer, which is actually, being an anti-vaxxer is the most rational response to the total fraud and corruption of the vaccine industry right now. But that's for another podcast altogether. So the point is, Bernie Sanders could help Trump achieve the greatest election landslide in a generation or more, maybe since the Reagan victory in his second term. Trump's victory is going to be huge. It's going to be just historic for America. And it's going to give Trump the ability, the political capital, if you will, to go after more of these criminals who have been trying to bring America down and who have been committing crimes of treason against this nation. People like Hillary Clinton and James Comey and Barack Obama himself, who deserves to be behind bars and charged with treason, crimes against America, money laundering, many other crimes that he committed during his 8 years in office. So Bernie Sanders, thank you for running. Thank you for being a full-fledged communist and for showing the world the insanity of radical leftism. And Joe Biden, thank you too for showing people the utter stupidity and incompetence of Democrats. We love old Joe. Never knows what city he's in or what words he's using, but boy, he's out there pulling up his britches, and he's trying hard to not get elected, and so far he's doing a great job. But thank you for listening. Mike Adams here, Health Ranger, NaturalNews.com. I know you have a lot of choices of where to get your superfoods and supplements, personal care products, and so on. To find all these solutions and more, just go to healthrangerstore.com/MAGA, M-A-G-A. healthrangerstore.com/MAGA, as in Make America Great Again. You'll find hundreds of solutions there that can enhance and help protect your health. Again, that's healthrangerstore.com/MAGA. At the Health Ranger Store, we are a pro-liberty, pro-life, pro-freedom, pro-America manufacturer and direct distributor. We sell direct to customers, offering extraordinary values on these products. Lab tested and verified. We test all of our products for bacteria, E. coli, salmonella, yeast and mold, heavy metals, lead, cadmium, arsenic, mercury, much more. Also glyphosate, an herbicide, and other pesticides and herbicides are being added to our testing procedure to make sure that we bring you safe, verified, clean supplements that you just don't get anywhere else. I mean, Amazon.com is a joke compared to us. The Wall Street Journal even did a story exposing the thousands of contaminated, illegal, banned, toxic supplements and products that Amazon sells. We wouldn't sell that because we have ethics, we have morality, we're honest, we have integrity as a manufacturer and a provider of these products. Check us out, healthrangerstore.com. Over 700 different products are available right now. High-end supplements, superfoods, personal care products, even fragrance-free products that are eco-friendly for your home, such as laundry detergent, body soap, dishwasher detergent, and many other products. You'll find just an incredible assortment at healthrangerstore.com, and most importantly, your purchases there help support our ongoing efforts to spread the message of liberty and freedom and pro-life, respecting life in all its forms, and having a nation and a world that operates with ethics and morality, so that we might have a sustainable human civilization, not one that's collapsing in destitution and suffering, which is what the radical left and the communists want to bring about. So support us, and we support humanity. healthrangerstore.com. I thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. If you want to support our mission, visit us at healthrangerstore.com for the world's largest selection of lab-verified superfood and nutritional products for healthy living. It's at healthrangerstore.com.